In one of the most isolated regions on Earth, Armando Avisa Flores shovels salt under an unrelenting midday sun. For this work, Armando and his co-workers will earn $7 a day. The men see promise for the future, not in the salt they collect at the surface of these flats, but in the lithium metal that lies beneath it.
It will bring the country wealth. It would improve the infrastructure as well, and there would be more jobs for us in this region.
In Michigan, the spiritual home of the American car industry, another team of workers is preparing to make history.
This is a Voltec battery pack. This typically would be going into a vehicle.
Engineers with General Motors are inspecting the giant lithium-ion battery packs that will power the new Chevy Volt.
It's very, very smooth. It's very pleasant.
Tony Posawatz is the lead engineer of the Volt. The plug-in extended range vehicle is expected to go on sale to the public in December of 2010.
It'll be the first mass-produced, mass-marketed electric vehicle. We intend to set a few records in the process because this is such a revolutionary, transformational vehicle.
Revolutionary it may be, but other car manufacturers are close behind. Around the world, more than 40 electric or plug-in model vehicles will be introduced in the next 2 years. Most, if not all, will run on lithium-ion batteries. So the real question isn't whether lithium is the fuel of the future, but where enough of it can be found. Bolivia, currently one of the poorest nations in South America, could provide the answer. High in the country's Andes Mountains, dry dirt gives way to white. And the largest salt flat in the world. The Salar de Uyuni stretches more than 10,000 square kilometers, making it roughly the size of Lebanon. Deep into this vast tundra of salt, another cluster of workers separates lithium from other elements. Each pool represents a different stage in the evaporation process. This small project is Bolivia's first foray into lithium extraction.
Bolivia
is a country with a mining tradition for gold, silver, tin, zinc. Lithium mining, however, is an imperfect science.
José Pimentel is responsible for developing Bolivia's lithium industry. As of now, Bolivia lacks the necessary knowledge, money and infrastructure to become a major lithium producer.
This mineral is surrounded by other non-metallic contents. Nevertheless, for 2 years we have been conducting experimental work in the laboratory, and now we are completing a pilot plant that will enable us to really understand the technology of lithium production.
The United States Geological Survey estimates Bolivia could have more than 40% of the world's supply of lithium, what some analysts are now calling the gold of the 21st century.
You need a real revolution here, what I have called scientific and technological revolution.
Juan Carlos Zuleta is an expert on lithium. He fears Bolivia is taking too long to decide how it will extract the valuable metal. And he says the one resource his country doesn't have is time.
We need to enter the market as soon as possible, because if we stay out of the market for the next 10 years or so, then it will be more difficult for Bolivia. It's going to take at least 2 decades, but we need to start.
Bolivia's ambitions are simple: to lift its people out of poverty by retaining as much of the profits from its lithium resource as possible. Minister Pimentel says if the country does take on an outside partner, it will be on Bolivia's terms.
las fortunas de los patiños.
The fortunes derived from mining are well known, but this is the beginning of the lithium era for Bolivia, and we need international assistance to optimize it for industrial uses. We are ready to listen to any offer in terms of a mutual benefit. Bolivia welcomes partners from all over the world.
Back in Michigan, workers continue to improve the efficiency and performance of the Volt's batteries.
You can choose.
Antoni Pozowatz is preparing for the expected increase of demand for lithium-powered vehicles.
We may add by 2020 300 million cars to the planet. We'd like a lot of those new cars, if not most of those new cars, to be electrically driven. And we think, the choice and option of being able to displace petroleum is really something that the world is ready for.
So, as the world's car manufacturers turn the corner from gas to lithium, Bolivia could find itself in the driver's seat. Still, the question remains whether the country can use its vast resources to one day help the millions like Armando dig out of poverty.